Have you ever wondered where the Jewish people, one of the world's oldest civilizations, came from? In this episode, we'll uncover the ancient origins of the Jews, from nomadic beginnings to the foundation of a global culture. We'll explore their early history in the ancient Near East, the significance of figures like Abraham and Moses, the Exodus from Egypt, the role of the kingdoms of Israel and Judah, and how the Jewish people survived and thrived through exile and diaspora. All this and more in the SacredEchoes. Welcome.
To understand the origins of the Jewish people, we need to travel back to the ancient Near East. Around 4,000 years ago, this region was home to some of the world's earliest civilizations. To the east was Mesopotamia, often called the cradle of civilization, with great cities like Ur and Babylon. To the southwest lay Egypt, ruled by mighty pharaohs. And between them lay Canaan, the land that would become the birthplace of the Jewish people. These regions were connected through trade and culture, and it was in this crossroads that the Jewish story began.
According to the Hebrew Bible, the story begins with Abraham. Living in Ur, Abraham heard a call from one God, unique in a world of many gods, to leave his home and journey to Canaan. This was no ordinary migration. God made a covenant with Abraham, promising that his descendants would become a great nation if they worshipped only him. This covenant became the foundation of Jewish identity and belief.
Through Abraham's son Isaac and Isaac's son Jacob, later renamed Israel, the lineage continued. Jacob fathered 12 sons who became the leaders of the 12 tribes of Israel, forming the core of the people who would carry forward this promise. During a time of famine, Jacob's family found refuge in Egypt, welcomed through the influence of Joseph, one of his sons who had risen to power.
For a time, the Israelites prospered in Egypt, but eventually a new pharaoh enslaved them, fearing their growing strength. Their cries for deliverance gave rise to one of history's most enduring leaders, Moses. Saved as an infant from Pharaoh's decree, Moses grew up in the royal household, but never forgot his true identity. Fleeing Egypt after killing an overseer, he encountered God in the form of a burning bush. Commanded to free his people, Moses returned to confront Pharaoh. After devastating plagues struck Egypt, the Israelites finally escaped in an event remembered as the Exodus. Crossing the Red Sea, they left behind slavery and began a new chapter as a free nation. In the wilderness, they received the 10 Commandments at Mount Sinai, laws that became the moral foundation of their faith. This covenant with God transformed the Israelites into more than a family or tribe. It made them a nation bound by faith, law, and destiny.
Eventually, they reached the land of Canaan, where under Joshua's leadership, they established themselves. For centuries, they lived as tribes until they unified under kings. Saul became the first king, but it was David who truly united the people and made Jerusalem their capital. His son Solomon built the first temple, the center of worship and the symbol of their covenant with God. Yet after Solomon's reign, the kingdom divided in Israel in the north, Judah in the south. Weakened by division, both kingdoms fell to foreign powers. In 722 BCE, Assyria conquered Israel, scattering the lost tribes. Later, in 586 BCE, Babylon destroyed Jerusalem and the temple, exiling the people of Judah.
This exile could have ended their story, but instead, it transformed it. Without a temple, Jewish life shifted to synagogues and Torah study. Their identity no longer depended on a place, but on faith and tradition. When the Persians, under Cyrus the Great, conquered Babylon, many Jews returned to rebuild the temple. Yet their name had already changed from Israelites to Jews, derived from Judah, the last surviving kingdom.
This journey from Abraham's call to the exile in Babylon and the return to Jerusalem marks the true origin of the Jewish people. It is a story of resilience, faith, and continuity. Through covenant and law, Through homeland and exile, they forged an identity that has endured for millennia.
And that is why the Jewish story remains one of the most remarkable in human history. An ancient people who, despite conquest, exile, and dispersion, carried their traditions across the world and shaped civilizations far beyond their own. If you found this exploration of Jewish origins insightful, please like this video and subscribe for more stories of ancient history. Which civilization's origin should we cover next? Share your thoughts in the comments.